when you're picking a company to do your construction, it's good to have a crew of guys who've known each other for years. Stay tuned for this one, everybody. Welcome, everybody. This is the Your Little Castle Show. Yours truly, Carter Rethwish, a.k.a. the Cardinal Cowboy. We have some guests here. They had to look me up and say, well, this guy, I think I've seen him running around Busch Stadium. He's a fun guy. But with that, we like to get into construction as one of our core elements here because we focus on those guys who are leading our community, building the buildings that we all live and breathe and work in. So with that, give a shout out to Lucas Construction. We've got the owner, Lucas, here, Ian, and their titles. I'm gonna scroll through those real quick here. The owner operator, Lucas Stewart, and Ian Zarnowski.
Zarnowski, you were close.
How to get the Zarnow and then cow? Zarnowski. There we go. Project manager. Dylan's in the building too. He's going to join us here in a minute. But we're going to do 2 full half hours with these guys because I can tell they know their stuff. They've got some great reviews, good looking stuff. They've been around doing this for a long time. And we're going to double our knowledge here, everybody. We're going to learn a lot about what it takes to be successful in the construction world. With that, we'll give a shout out to Carroll House Furniture because you like nice things in your little castle. That's how we've made our own little slogan there. And you like nice things where? You got to have those in your castle, right? And your castle may have been worked on, especially if you're in the Wentzville, St. Charles area, by Lucas Construction. And there they are with that great looking fan page, great looking website. Man, you guys are on the ball here. Welcome, guys, to the studio.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Well, we like I said, we are always looking for experts who know what they're doing in our community in St. Louis here, and we've had 250 different business owners on. And just looking at what you guys do, you guys really fit the part. So thanks for joining us. Tell me though, what is it, Lucas, that ultimately that led to you? You said I want to get into construction. Some 8 years ago.
Yeah. Well, it was actually back when I was in high school.
You started before that.
I think I filed for the name in 2014, which was the year after I graduated high school.
Oh wow!
And I knew I wanted to work for myself, and I knew it was going to be in construction or something with labor, and how I got there didn't really matter to me at that time.
Right.
I just needed the name, went original, Lucas Construction.
You got it.
But yeah, that's just kind of what happened. I went away to school, lost track of wanting to run a company, and got involved in, fraternities and whatnot, and did all that fun stuff. And
right.
Then you're weeks away from getting a diploma and being done, and you start thinking, like, what am I going to do with my life? So then I just thought back to 2014 when I filed for the name and decided I was going to get into construction and just do it.
Well, you've done well. We'll show off some of your work. Like I said, great looking website. And along the way, you've picked up some of your buddies that you've known for a while. And Ian, you joined the team 4 years ago.
Yes,
right?
4 years ago.
Tell me about your journey here to help.
So it was actually rather unique. So Lucas's family is essentially like a second family to me. I've known them forever growing up. Great people. But my background, I went to the University of Missouri, and I was heavily involved with law and also politics.
Okay.
My degree's in political science. So a little different going into the roofing field. But, after I got out, I was working at a law firm for a while, excellent people there. But I just kind of came to the conclusion it wasn't for me. So I ended up interviewing with my uncle's company in Dallas, Texas. So I was going to move there. But then Lucas had came to me, grown a really great name for the company, and said, hey, I'm at a point where I have too much work to handle. Would you like to come on? You're one of the main guys I trust. And I came on, started working for him, and ever since then I've been here, and it's been great.
Yeah, it's nice to have guys that you've known for a long time and can trust and have built a relationship with, because how often do we have people working with us, we're like, I don't even know that guy. Yeah. And we don't want to have those kinds of people involved because it's a lot at stake when you're running a company. You want to have those.
Right.
And a good relationship with you guys here, obviously. Mm-hmm. Very good. Good work. What led to your interest in this? You said you were interested in this before high school even. What do you think as a youth that helped you create that curiosity for construction in you?
You know, I don't know. There's not like a turning point moment that got me onto it. You know, my dad was medical sales. My mom was an RN.
Okay.
That they were medical field their whole life. I thought that's what I wanted to do all through high school. I wanted to be an anesthesiologist. I wanted to be a radiologist. I wanted to be a doctor for the longest time. And then the harsh reality of like I'm not the biggest fan of school sets in.
Right, yeah.
So I didn't want to go to school for all that time. And I think maybe I just had it in me the whole time. I have a 20-month-old son, and all he talks about are the tools that I have at the house.
Right.
Anytime he sees a tractor or a lawnmower, he freaks out, needs to see it, needs to touch
Right.
it. He's always grabbing a tape measure, trying to measure everything in the house. The dogs, you know, my legs, whatever. He's running all around the house with any tool he can grab. So I'm assuming it was just instilled in me when I was a baby because my son's already taken to it.
That creative that led to where you're at. Ian, a little bit of a transition for you. When did you decide? Okay, I'm gonna switch from political science and get into this side and get involved with construction.
Well, like I said, I mean, it was just kind of one of those things where I was already in a transition period of going from law and politics to potentially working for a trade show company. And then, like I said, the idea of just working for one of my best friends sounded really good to me. And I saw his day-to-day life. The work-life balance was great, assuming there's no storms around and you're out there grinding. But then I just took a shot in the dark. There was no like, I never thought, yeah, you know what, I'd love to go into roofing and construction. It was just kind of, it happened, and then I ended up loving it. And it's been great ever since.
Sounds like a lot to do with the fact that you're getting to work with your buddy. You say, hey, man, if I'm working with somebody I
I
know,
would say so.
Oh, it went a step further. Ian lived. My wife and I were in an apartment for the first couple of years, and I remember Ian's first day when he finally told me, he's like, I think I'm going to start and come in and take a look at what you're doing. I got all excited. I drove to Lowe's. I bought him a new ladder, hammers, all the tools, and I had it laid out in our guest bedroom in the apartment. And he came back, and I'm just like, surprise!
It was pretty unique. It was kind of like a dad on Christmas almost. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, dude, come here, look at all these tools I got you. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
Then he ended up actually, when we moved from the apartment to a house, we moved Ian with us. Ian lived at me and my wife's first house together for about a year.
Yeah, so I would say also, too, to add to your initial question, so my training at our company was rather unorthodox because I literally lived with the owner, was with him 24/7, essentially.
Well, that'll help expedite the training if you got somebody you can be around a little longer.
Yeah.
Sometimes you take a little break, but hey, we're hanging out and do that. Tell us a little bit about what it is that you think led to your success here. It's generated the opportunity you've had to get so many great reviews and the like.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's a huge hole in the market, and I'm sure for any roofers or people that have dealt with roofers will understand somewhat of what I'm saying here. I just think a lot of guys don't pay attention to detail. It's more about making a sale.
Yeah.
And whereas what we do, we're not a hard sell company. We are just, here's the information. We kind of take the seat of the educator, and then we allow you to make a choice on what you want to do on that. You're not going to get follow-up calls from us as, hey, what are you doing? You signing that contract? We present the information. We feel we do a great job doing that, and that if you want to work with us, we think that you're a good partner for us. Obviously not everybody works out. It just like you can fire us, we can fire customers as well.
Right.
And I think that's a huge important thing for us, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keep the reputation and work with the people you want to. I've had a couple instances where just people didn't quite get what was going on, and you say, hey, you go your way, we'll go ours.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to keep our integrity and keep our quality high is what you're doing there.
Yep.
And that's a great way to run a business. Tell me a little bit about the entire team here. We know Dylan's in the building over here. Who else you got working with you and helping you guys?
So we've got Dylan's mom, Bridget. She
Okay.
is our office manager. Scotty, who works for the Cardinals,
Right.
but he also works for us. He is
Nice.
our quality control supervisor.
Okay.
So basically, any kind of callbacks or maybe it's the storm that just happened the other night. Somebody calls, they have a leak. We're going to send Scotty out there. He's going to take a look and assess the issue and then get it on the schedule to get fixed and whatnot. We also have my older brother, David. He is our in-house repair specialist. So any kind of warranty callback work, any kind of small job stuff, he's the one that's on site doing the work, fixing it up and whatnot. And then we have our last sales rep is Peyton, who's actually doing a tour in Chicago right now from the storm that hit up there. He's
wow.
up there wheeling and dealing and selling roofs.
Yeah. Well, Chicago's a big city, not too far from here. They share some of the temperamental weather that we all receive, and so but it just seems like if you don't like the weather in St. Louis and Chicago, wait a few minutes, it'll change. And, I was at the Cardinal game the other day, go figure, and Buddy goes, "There's supposed to be hail coming." And my parking spot is up against the building, but not covered. He's like, "You needed to go move your car." I bought the new little Tesla.
There you
and
go.
I'm like, "Oh man, I don't know." So it didn't end up being hail, but hail comes to St. Louis all the time.
Yep. We've definitely been upgraded to one of the main hail zones. If you can't tell, just drive down 70. You'll see big name roofing companies just popping up left and right. Well, that's because now Missouri is becoming one of the most hail-prone areas.
Right.
So you got storm chasers that come in, they set up shop. Maybe they leave somebody there for the years we don't have hail. Maybe they don't. And but you see them every day driving down 70.
Yeah, no, storm chasers, right? They're coming around trying to find that kind of stuff. Ian, there's been a lot here for you to learn. Has it been comfortable for you? How much of a learning curve do you think you've had to handle here?
I would say the biggest learning curve at first was getting used to being on roofs, whether they're steep, tall, whatever you may have it. But as far as the learning curve, I would say after I was about a year in, now I did live with Lucas and I had a excellent training process. However, my first storm was actually in Troy, Missouri, and it got to a point where we were getting so many calls that, there was no more riding with him. It was kind of like time to put your nose to the grindstone, time to get out there, and then you learn kind of trial by fire. But I would say after a year, year and a half, I was good to go, good to fly. And also, too, with our company, we do a lot of continued education. So besides what I learned from him, we're going to the suppliers, to the manufacturers, learning the new trends and learning how everything's installed. So I consider myself a pretty quick learner, so after about a year, I was about good, ready to go.
Well, that's a good way to build a team, especially when there's so much business going on and there's so much damage that's been caused by it, because it's just getting inevitable. Like they say,
Right.
If you haven't got your roof bought, wait a few weeks, wait a couple months, you'll end up having a storm come through here. And St. Louis and the Midwest is known for that. What about this fuels your passion, though, Lucas? Obviously, you wake up every day, you love what you do. Tell me what it is that fuels your passion for this.
Honestly, it was just the idea that, you spend more time in your life at work than you do with your family and your friends and whatnot. So I just wanted to do something that could allow me to eventually have the opportunity there to go into work every day and see my best friends and see my family. Some of my family works with us, and my little brother actually is indirectly in the industry. He's works for the supplier that we buy all the material from. So get to catch up and chat with him often as well. So I think it's that. It was just the idea that I can provide freedom for not only myself but like my closest friends, and that when things are real busy and we're in the trenches selling roofs, we're all doing it together. So I think just the camaraderie and the ability to be with my friends is what fuels it.
There you go. Do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life.
Absolutely.
Passion for this is developed for you also, Ian?
Yeah, I would say exactly as he just said, getting to go to work every day with the guys you grew up with, some of your best friends, is just excellent. And the freedom, now, whenever it's storm season and we're busy, we're working. But,
Right.
It starts slowing down towards the winter where, we can get away from the work and start having fun. But also, too, every so often, you do these full exterior renovation projects, whether that's be like a full siding, roofing project, and everything just seems to fall into place and go really well. And developing a good relationship with that customer and, getting to know them more on a personal level, not a business level, and then you're building that relationship, that makes me passionate about the industry, makes me, want to go out and try working as hard as I can for these people so that everyone can have an experience similar to that. Now, it's not everyone, but vast majority of my customers are very happy.
Yeah, well, that's what I say. Ultimately, it comes down to that hard work ethic and put out a good product, and looks like you've got the right team put together to do that. Let's show off a little bit of your reviews. You've got a lot of people say very nice things about you guys. I was looking at the reviews list. I'm like, holy cow, 121 reviews, and doing a great job here. Let me put that up on the wall for everybody. But a 5.0, how does that make you feel to get that? I'm just going to grab one here. Our house was hit by the Arnold tornado, severe and wind damage in March. Oops, I got to hit my screen. There we go. Oops. There we go. Switched up my screens on me. We began interviewing contractors to repair the damage, roofing, gutters, chimneys, siding, fence, deck, gazebo, roofing rails, built and decorative bench numbers and decorative items in the backyard. Dave Stewart from Lucas Construction stopped by and discussed all the damage. After listening to Dave, immediately knew that we were in excellent hands. From start to finish, when we had our questions, needed something done, Dave was there listening. And back us up ASAP, physically there or for our house. And they go on here for a while. You actually answer all of your reviews too, so spend a little time on that. This goes on and on. How does that make you feel to have such good reviews from people? You've worked hard for that.
Yeah, and it really is. I mean, we are a company that takes our reputation and the trust that people instill in us very seriously. So it is great, and it's awesome being able to see a 5-star review and 120 5 stars on there. It is just tells me and reassures us that even when things are slow or we're dealing with an issue or a customer that's not making us feel too great, it is nice to kind of fall back on like, hey, the vast majority, we're doing things right. People are happy, and I mean, just read some of the reviews. I think we strive to go above and beyond to make sure that you are happy with your experience with us. And that when things are done and you're giving us that final check, that there's not any, second guessing, no doubts. You're happy that you used us. Everything went well, and if there was anything that came up, we took care of it appropriately.
Well, that's what we're trying to exemplify here, and the leaders that are doing it. So thanks for coming here to join us to talk about it. With that, we'll share a little bit of our community involvement. We get to do some fun stuff. Charity event, making awareness for PTSD. So stay tuned here. Our buddy will be inspired. We'll be back in a minute.
Will Bates, everybody, will be inspired. Tell me about the event you got going on here.
Oh, we got a golf tournament today. Got some people coming out to support our military veterans and first responders. Everything that we raise today goes towards benefiting them, mental and physical health, overall wellness, wellness retreats, outdoor retreats, gym memberships. You think of it, you name it. That's what we do. So this is all to benefit them. I appreciate everybody coming out and taking action. Thank you.
We're at Old Hickory Golf Course. Been here for a number of events. Great crowd here.
Yeah.
How many people turn out for this thing so far?
There'll be at least 170 people here.
170 golfers, everybody. All right, if they need the Cardinal Cowboy to give out some free golf lessons, I might be doing that later. Don't wait for that. Don't wait for that.
Yeah,
It's
I
not worth it.
appreciate you.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Giddy up. We'll see you guys. Giddy up.
His name is Carter Rethwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwich was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. By now, we are on ABC 5 times a week. So many businesses are loving what we're doing to help them get their name out there. We'll sit right here in our guest chair, right here, sitting here talking to us. We're going to put on the wall your website and everything about you, and highlight you as a leader. Fill out the form you see here on our website. It's bigleagues.com, and if you go to bigleagues.com, fill out this form. Takes just a couple seconds, and you can even schedule yourself right here. Schedule yourself to be on the show, and there's no charge for us to record you. There's no charge to be in the studio. Check it out if you would like to be on. Fill out the form again, bigleagues.com. This is where we can turn any interview into a series of clips. Professional video on your website closes more sales by instantly building trust, clearly explaining complex products, and keeping visitors engaged longer, reducing bounce rate by 34%. It'll help you to gain that credibility, increase engagement, simplify complex tasks, lower your sales friction, and boost your rankings on the search engine. So this is all kind of a no-brainer. See how we've now had over 500 interviews and now almost 250 different business owners. Go to bigleagues.com. That's bigleagues.com. Go to bigleagues.com and get signed up. You can schedule right from there.
Oh man, found it. So we're back, everybody, talking about our exciting moments in life. But I record a lot of videos, obviously, and recorded one of Mom's shows. I have all my mom's shows over the last 7 or 8 years since Dad went to heaven. My dad used to do that, and I thought I lost one of the memory chips. And I said, let me look on the C drive instead of the D drive, and there it was. All good. So there we go. So we got everything. But commemorate what you've got. You guys have talked about some cool involvement in the community you guys are doing. That's a good way to connect and get to know people too. Supporting the local schools and football teams and those kinds of things. Pretty cool. I'm a numbers guy though, so I always ask, let's do a quick cost analysis. And how often is it people say, oh yeah, my brother-in-law, he does roof repair. He just bought a ladder. He's got a truck, or they're going to try to do it themselves. Why should somebody spend the time to do? I'm going to start off with you on this one first, Ian. Why should somebody make sure they're getting this done correctly and call somebody like Lucas, who's established and proven?
Well, as far as you go for your example right there, say they were considering doing the roofing repair themselves, one, I would recommend that they be extremely careful. We have all the professional equipment needed to get up onto the roofing system, and we know exactly where it's probably leaking, how to diagnose that, and a remedy to how to fix that. Because, I mean, I've seen, and, God bless them, I mean, I've seen people go up there, and then, with the shingles, you want the nails to be under the shingle, and then they just go up there, slide that thing in there, and they just start popping it, and I mean, it's still leaking. So I would say it's always good to consult a professional because of, one, safety. Especially, I mean, you hear about people falling off on roofs all the time, even just doing their Christmas lights. And then also to knowing that you're going to have a professional answer and remedy to alleviate your problem. Because if water keeps penetrating into the house, you're going to have more issues than just a spot on your drywall.
Yeah, and then you end up with a continued problem, and then the insurance company starts asking questions. What's it like? You also have to help people deal with insurance, right? Mm-hmm. Nobody should be calling an insurance company and saying, hey, I know this like the back of my hand. The insurance company's not looking to just hand out money. How often do you have to help people with the insurance process, Ian?
Oh, we help them so much now that we have a guy on staff that his only job is to, when you get your insurance claim paperwork, you email it to us, we send it to our guy, our in-house guy, and all he does is make sure it's right. Make sure things are on there that should be on there, and code items are applied, and the municipalities, what kind of codes they follow. And it's gotten to a point where we're busy enough to where we literally have to have somebody full-time just doing that. So then he communicates back and forth with the insurance. It's called a supplement to get things added that were missed and things like that. But yeah, I can't tell you how many times I have to explain how a deductible works.
Right.
That, you got to pay it. Yeah, they're giving you $40,000, but if you have a $1,000 deductible, at the end of the day, they're going to give you $39,000. So people get tripped up on that all the time. They're like, well, where's that other $1,000? And I tell them, like, look, it makes no sense for the insurance company to send you $40,000 because that's what they owe you, and then call you and say, hey, did you get that check? Can you send us back $1,000 to pay your deductible? So they just take it from the money they owe you and pay off your deductible with it.
quite the process. To a lot of people, they've never been through this before. It's not something to go through on your own. And I can personally attest to times when, if you don't do this with somebody who knows what they're doing, you might miss something. Like I handled, a buddy of mine was helping me, and I should have, here we are. And I got a buddy of mine who does insurance, or does siding, and he's like, why didn't they replace all 4 sides? Well, it's white siding, so it easily matches. He goes, touch that siding that's older and touch it first, and it's got a chalky finish.
Yep.
They're not the same. They should have replaced all 4. It cost me $10,000 worth of siding that I should have had done, but make sure you get this done with the guys who know what they're doing. And so don't try to take these things on your own, everybody. Good news. Well, tell me then specifically, what is it that really separates you guys? Why should somebody choose you guys? Tell me that, Lucas.
Honestly, I think it's pretty apparent. We tell people, get 3, get 5, get as many bids as you want. We are all for a little competitiveness with our competition out there, but we handle it in such a way that I just have not seen or heard, and we get the feedback from our customers. We're roofer number 3 to get there. We have never seen anybody do this. No one's done it. No one's explained these things to us. So we'll go in with our products and just like basic stuff. We'll tell the customer, show them the products, show them pictures on the roof of what they currently have, explain the products of not only where they go but what they do and how they work, and why you need it. So once we get through that process, then we can get in even further, and we can show them, what the satellite measuring tool looks like. That why didn't I get on your roof and measure it just now? Well, because I ordered what's called an Eagle View, and it's just satellite measurements of your roof, and it's super, super precise. So then I kind of show people how that works, and then maybe we'll go over ventilation. A lot of roofers out there do not ventilate roofs properly. So it's another huge thing that we're starting to really take off with, is doing all the math and making sure that you have a properly ventilated roof, because it's just not happening.
Yeah, people don't realize it's a system. They call it a roofing system, not just a roof, right? And it's got to be ventilated and properly, because the temperatures change, heat and cold, air's flowing. With that, very important. Ian, we're finishing up here. I got about a minute left for this half hour. What specific certifications and licenses, and do you guys have specific training and warranties you offer that help people to be confident with using your services?
Yeah, so with all of our products, specifically Owens Corning, or even once you start getting into the commercial grade TPO, we have gone to multiple classes with these manufacturers that we are certified to install their product. We understand how the product needs to be installed. So you're going to be getting any type of their standard extended warranties that we are certified to be able to provide to the homeowner. As far as our workmanship warranty goes, we usually offer about a 10-year workmanship warranty, but here's the thing, is that as you can see, the reviews speak for themselves. And to add about why choose us, with us being a local company, we're not going anywhere. We're fully insured. If you ever have any issues, like say I was to do your project, do your roof, do your siding, and you came, hey, there's a piece falling off, or hey, I noticed this, we're going to be out there within the next couple of days to come take care of you.
There you have it, everybody. Some experts in our community doing a great job. Stay tuned for more. You're watching the Your Little Castle Show. Giddy up.